Hello, and welcome to today's practice. We will be moving through 3 different types of pranayama or breath work, and followed by a seated meditation. You want to go ahead and find yourself into a comfortable seat. I am choosing to sit in Siddhasana, and I have one heel pulled directly towards my pelvis, and the other heel is just stacked right in front of that. And the goal of this is to have your pelvis tilted slightly downwards so that your hips can be above your knees. I'm also sitting on a cushion. So you could sit on a cushion, you could sit on a yoga block, you could sit on a stack of books, whatever you have that's going to get your hips slightly above the knees and create a comfortable position that you're able to sit in for a longer period of time. So once you do find this comfortable seat, we'll go ahead and close the eyes, and we'll first bring an awareness to our breath, noticing exactly where it is in this moment without trying to change it or alter it, just simply becoming aware of it, the quality, the texture, noticing where it's at within your body, if it's in your chest or if it's in your belly, maybe a bit of both. Noticing how deep it is or how shallow it is. And just taking a few moments to sit with that awareness, recognizing this life force within you. And we'll begin with our pranayama practice, beginning with the dirgha breath, or the 3-part yoga breath, full yogic breath. There's a few different words for it. And I'll explain first before we dive right in. So when I say 3 parts, I'm speaking of the low belly, what we'll refer to as the upper belly, and the chest or upper chest. So that way we know which part of our abdomen that we're talking about and where we want to direct this breath through. So with the dirgha breath, you begin by filling the low belly, filling it all the way up as if it were a balloon, and then moving into the upper belly, expanding all the way outwards, filling that up as well, and then moving to the chest, deeply inhaling until the chest expands outward. And when you think you can't take any more breath in, you'll sip in a little bit more. And then at the top of this breath, we'll hold it for just a few moments. And then upon our exhale, we will then reverse that same motion. So we'll exhale from the upper chest first. Then we'll exhale from the upper belly, mid-chest. And then we'll exhale from the lower belly, drawing the navel all the way in towards the spine, squeezing out all of the air. So now that we kind of know where we're headed and what we're doing, let's go ahead and jump in. So closing the eyes, sealing the lips. We'll be breathing simply through our nose. So begin by inhaling into the nose, expanding the low belly outwards, then the mid belly, upper belly, and the upper chest. And when you think you can't take any more air in, sip in just a little bit more. And hold for just a moment. And then exhaling through the nose, upper chest deflates, mid belly deflates, lower belly deflates, drawing that navel in towards the spine. And continuing with this breath at your own pace, maybe even inviting a little constriction into the back of the throat so that you can create the sound of the ocean. Holding at the top before exhaling from the upper chest, upper belly, low belly, drawing the navel all the way in towards the spine on every exhale. Just continuing to move at your own pace, allowing a small pause between each inhale and exhale. And wherever you are, we'll go ahead and take 3 more rounds, 3 more inhales and 3 more exhales. One more inhale. And exhale. And keeping the eyes closed, just allowing the breath to return to a normal, natural pace. Releasing any control over the rhythm. And then taking a moment to take an inventory of how the mind is feeling, how the body is feeling. Noticing the heart rate. Maybe taking in attention of how your body is existing in the space. And just having a few moments for this awareness. And we'll jump right into our next pranayama practice, Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. So again, I will explain this one before we dive in. So if you want to flutter your eyes open, we're going to take our right hand. I'm going to draw your first 2 fingers down so that you're almost making a hang loose sort of symbol, except with your ring finger included in that. And you're going to use your thumb to plug your right nostril if we're using our right hand. And your ring finger and pinky finger will be the one that gets to plug your left nostril. If you're a little bit stuffy on either side, hopefully this might clear you up a little bit. Otherwise, do your best. So we'll begin first with 1 full round of the Dirga breath, 1 full yogic breath. And then with our next inhale after that, we will inhale, plugging the right nostril. So inhaling through the left nostril only. We're going to inhale for 4 counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll plug the left nostril. We're going to hold for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release the right nostril. So releasing the thumb. Exhale for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plug again, and we'll hold for 1. And then we'll release that thumb again from the right nostril. And then we'll inhale from this side. So we've moved this way, and now we're going to move back over the other way. So inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Plug. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release the ring finger and pinky finger, and exhale from the left nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is considered 1 full round of Nadi Shodhana. And we will take this through, let's do 4 rounds total. I will guide you through. We're going to do the same count: 4 inhale, 4 hold, 4 exhale, 1 hold. And again, kind of just remembering that we go up and over, back up and back over, and that's 1 full count. Okay, so beginning with a full yogic breath, breathing deep into the low belly, the mid belly, upper chest, taking in as much air as you can, pausing at the top for a moment, Exhaling from the upper chest down to the mid belly, and then low belly, drawing the navel in towards the spine. Go ahead and bring your fingers up to your nose, plugging the right nostril, inhaling in through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release the thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1. Release the thumb. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plug. 2, 3, 4. Release other 2 fingers. 2, 3, 4. Plug. 2, 3, 4. Release and inhale. 2, 3, 4. Plug. 2, 3, 4. Release the thumb. Exhale. 3, 4. Plug. 1. Release. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Plug. 2, 3, 4. Release the fingers. 2, 3, 4. Plug. 1. Release the fingers. Inhale through the left nostril. 2, 3, 4. Plug. 2, 3, 4. Release the thumb. Exhale. 3, 4. Plug. 1. Release the thumb. Inhale. 3, 4. Plug. 2, 3, 4. Release. Exhale. 3, 4. Plug. 1. Release. Inhale. 3, 4. Plug. 2, 3, 4. Release the thumb. Exhale. 3, 4. Plug. 1. Release. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Plug. 2, 3, 4. Release the fingers. Exhale. 3, 4. Plug. 1. Release the fingers and inhale. 2, 3, 4. Plug. 2, 3, 4. Release the thumb. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Plug. 1. Release. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Plug. 2, 3, 4. Release. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And plug. 1. And release the hand down. A nice big inhale into the low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And hold for a moment. Exhale from the upper chest, mid belly, low belly. We'll do one more round of that Durga breath. Inhale, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Exhale, upper chest, mid belly, low belly. And then just pausing here, allowing the breath to return to a nice natural rhythm. Maybe taking inventory once again of the mind and comparing notes, recognizing any differences that you may notice from before Nadi Shodhana to now, maybe even before we started this practice to now. Just noticing these different shifts in your mind or in your energetic center. Just have a couple more moments here with your natural breath. Just allowing yourself to absorb that practice. And if you want to flutter the eyes open, I'll explain our third pranayama, Kapalabhati breath, which is the skull shining breath. So this one's pretty fun. I'll explain first before we dive in. So it is a breath that is very energizing. It's a good breath to do if you're feeling a little tired, feeling a little unfocused, not sure what you should be doing. I like to do this breath either in the morning when I'm feeling a little groggy, or maybe before working on some type of homework where I'm really going to need to engage my brain. It's just really good to wake up the body. So you begin, we'll take a full breath cycle first of our Durga breath, a full yogic breath, just to settle into our space. And then we'll take half of an inhale. And then with our next exhale, we'll start to exhale with the lips sealed, exhaling through the nose only. We're going to exhale very forcefully. And with each inhale, it's going to be about a half an inhale versus a full exhale. So it's going to sound and look like this. And you're really using the belly to press out each exhale. And if you would like to place your hand on your belly just to kind of simulate that sort of forcefulness, that can be helpful as well. Otherwise, you can keep your hands in your lap or on your knees. And we'll do roughly 50 inhalations and exhalations. It doesn't have to be an exact science. The pace of your breath can actually be up to you as well. If you are more experienced with this breath, you can go much faster. If you're first doing it for the first time, sometimes it could be easier to go a little bit slower. I like to go a little bit slower just because it feels more intentional for me. So after we complete around 50 inhales, 50 exhales, I will keep a rough count in my head, and then I will guide us to come out. We'll slowly start to deepen the breath, taking one deep, big inhale. And then on the exhale, you'll slowly tip forward. Exhaling everything out. And then before inhaling, you'll sit back up, keeping the chin tucked slightly down towards the chest to locking in the bandha, or energetic center in the body. And then we'll hold the breath. And you're going to hold it as long as you can here, to the point where you are still conscious. You don't want to hold your breath so long that you're going to pass out. If you do reach a certain level of uncomfortability, that's okay. That's usually your cue to take your next inhale. So you don't want to push past this certain point that it becomes dangerous and you're losing oxygen. However, we do want to get to a point of uncomfortability that allows us to get the full benefits of this practice. So once again, I'll kind of explain that super briefly before we jump right in, but we'll do one full round of yogic breath. We'll take a half an inhale. We'll begin our forceful exhalations. And then once we're done with those 50 rounds, we'll inhale all the way in, exhale as we tip forward. And then while still holding the breath, we'll sit back upright with the chin tucked, locking in that upper bandha. And just when we think that we can't hold our breath any longer, we'll lift our head up and inhale in again. And exhale out. And so that'll be one full round of Kapalabhati, and we'll do this 3 times. So, taking one full yogic breath to begin with, breathing deep into the lower belly, mid belly, upper chest, exhaling from the upper chest, mid belly, lower belly. We'll take half of an inhale and begin. Begin to slow the breath and take a big inhale. Gently tip forward as we exhale everything out. Coming to sit upright, holding the breath, chin slightly tilted towards the chest. And whenever you're ready, Lifting the chin as we inhale. And exhale everything out through the nose. We'll take 3 rounds of our full yogic breath or Durga breath in between. So breathing deep into the low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Hold for just a second. And exhale, upper chest, mid belly, and low belly. And one more time. And then one last round of that before we begin our second round of Kapalabhati. So deep inhale into the low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Hold. And exhale, upper chest, mid belly, low belly. Half of an inhale, and then forceful exhalations. Begin to slow the breath down just a little bit. And then breathing deep into the low belly, mid belly, and upper chest. Tucking the chin slightly down as we exhale and bend forward. Keeping the chin tucked, sitting upright. And then releasing the chin from the chest as we take a deep inhale into the low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Exhaling. And all the way down, drawing the navel in towards the spine. 2 more rounds of our full yogic breath. One more round. And exhaling everything out before we complete our last round of Kapalabhati. And we'll take a half an inhale and our forceful exhalations. Beginning to slow the breath, and then big inhale. Exhale as we tip forward. And then keeping the chin tucked, we'll come to sit upright, holding the breath. And then releasing, inhaling deeply, exhaling out. And do 2 more rounds of our full yogic breath. And keeping our eyes closed, we'll begin to settle into a short seated meditation. Bringing our awareness within the body, the subtle body, and noticing the flow of energy that's happening after our pranayama practice. Just keeping the breath at a nice, slow, relaxing rhythm. And noticing the quality of our breath, the quality of the air in the room. And understanding that our goal within meditation is not to think about nothing. It is simply to be mindful and to be aware. And that if our thoughts begin to drift off into one direction or another, that it is within our power to bring our awareness back to this room, back to our body, back to our breath. And if there are any parts of our physical body that are feeling slightly uncomfortable from sitting this long, maybe aiming to sit with that uncomfortability rather than fidgeting or trying to change it. This is not to say that if you are experiencing pain that you cannot move to make yourself feel less pain. That is totally open and welcome if they find that to be necessary. Otherwise, if it's something slightly uncomfortable, just maybe choosing to sit with this, experiencing it fully, and maybe even noticing how this little bit of uncomfortability allows your awareness to stay with you, to stay here and in the now. And again, if your mind does start to wander, just choosing to bring it back, playing with this concept of touch and go. And now we'll sit for a few minutes, and when we're ready, I'll begin to guide us back out. wherever we are, slowly start to bring our awareness back to the room, back to our body, and back to our breath. And we'll close out our practice with 3 more rounds of our full yogic breath, keeping our eyes closed. Just breathing deep into the low belly, mid belly, and upper chest. And exhaling down. Inhaling again. And exhale. One more full round. And exhale. We can bring our palms to touch at our heart center and take a few more rounds of breath at our own natural pace. Just taking a moment to be grateful for the breath that flows inside of us, this life force that allows us all to exist. Taking a moment to be grateful for this practice and choosing to show up today